I just heard a sound coming from the bathroom which is next to my room, and then when I went in there was no one there. Freaky. But I'm not here to talk about that, I'm here to talk about myself, which is unfortunately not something I do well, which is surprising because no one knows you better than yourself. Most people call me Tom Jordan because that is my name, in case you haven't guessed from the title. My internet name is Random Jot, and that's my Twitter thing. And some people know me as that guy who always looks stoned but isn't. I'm 16 doing my A-levels, first year, so I'm gonna be pretty busy between videos. I live in a place which I like to often refer to as posh Yorkshire. My theory is, ages ago, some people from Chelsea came up to Yorkshire and they decided, let's live here. Then they lived here, and the accent suddenly became posher in that particular town. You get this mixture of Yorkshire and posh in the accent, which is why it's a strange accent. Urban Dictionary, I think, covers it very well. What you are currently watching is my second channel. So my main channel is Random Jot. If you haven't heard of that, you could check it out. That would help me out, and it would help you out, because I'm going to be referencing it quite a lot in the future. This is Random Jot's Random Stuff, where I'll just tell you about something that's happened to me, something I find interesting or amusing. This may seem like my main channel because I'll upload more frequently on this channel, but that's just because these types of videos don't take as long to make as the videos I make on Random Jot, which are essentially incredibly low budget sketches. I know the reason sketches take longer to make is that with this type of video it's just me on my own, but with sketches I need like other people to be the other characters in the sketch. Sometimes I have to make a solo sketch just so there's something there. But for 2013 on Random Jot, I've decided not even to make any in-between videos for sketches. They'll be very far apart. I'm not going to use that channel for a long time because I want to film a lot of sketches and then release them gradually, instead of what I did before was I filmed them and I upload it instantly. And that's what I do with this, because that makes sense. You know, it's just me in front of a shitty webcam talking. It's not difficult to edit or film. There's no planning. I plan what I'm going to say a little like in my head, but never on paper, because I feel it's better when I'm talking spontaneously, because I might say something off the top of my head, spur of the moment, and it's hilarious. Or just obscure is a better word than hilarious. That's just bigging myself up. A bit biased there. Also, in my spare time, if I've got a moment, I like to write stuff down that I find funny and sort of in a stand-up comedy type format. So, I might be telling you something from any of the notes that I've jotted down there. Let's stop talking about YouTube and start talking about who I actually am. So deep. First and foremost, I'm a teenager, which comes with a compulsion, or, it's not optional. My room is messy. I have a computer monitor next to my wardrobe. I'm very into acting. I'm doing A-level theatre studies, and I'm actually going to be in a play. So on the 11th to the 16th of February at the Ilkley Playhouse. It's called Blood Wedding, so if you're local and you want to pop along, buy a ticket, why don't you? If you were curious, the subjects I do are theatre, media, English, and Spanish. So yeah, acting is sort of I want to do what I want to do when I'm older. But I also write a lot. Like, I write sketches. I told you earlier I write stand-up comedy. and then sometimes I write potential films that I would like to make. And there's been an ongoing thing I have called One Small Town, which is a drama series I'm writing. I keep having like bursts of writing, then stop, then bursts of writing, and stop. Because the problem I have is I have a really good idea but no follow through. I haven't mentioned this, but you probably picked it up. I'm a little socially awkward, and by a little, I mean a lot. If I'm in a group of people that I'm very familiar with, I've been friends with for a long time, I can be a bit more chilled, like, yeah. But if I'm with sort of new friends, I'm a little like, yeah, 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 good point. Moving on. I'm just going to talk a little bit about musical taste, because I already have a video explaining that. Basically, I listen to music that nobody has heard of.
She gets what she wants and doesn't quit. She might as well get paid for it.
Anyway, it would be more appropriate to talk about film tastes, because I like to film things and act in things. Huge on comedy and action, and I have a weak spot for sci-fi. So, examples of my favourite films might be Die Hard, Jurassic Park. There's a film called Rat Race, which is one of my top 10 favourite films, but not a lot of people have heard of it. But it's a really good film, and it's got a really good cast. I think more people should see it, so, you know, type it into Google or something, or buy it on eBay, because I really would recommend it. In case you hadn't already guessed, with the writing and the drama and the media, I'm a creative person, which means I do a lot of drawings and artistic things in my playroom. Oh, probably should explain this, because Playroom sounds quite dirty to teenage ears. It's not a room for playing. It was called that when I was a child. Well, it was a room for playing, and that's why it was called a playroom. Because when I was a child, that's where like the Lego was. That sounded like a sort of lame gangster thing. That's where the Lego is. Like, you know, that's the cool place to be. They got so much Lego. So yeah, the name Playroom kind of stuck there. We've discussed other names, but it'll always be the Playroom to us. It's more of a music room, because there's a piano in there, and we've got the TV in there. It's just a TV watching room, but on one of the walls, we've completely covered it in doodles. Oh yeah. Also, I stay up later than I should, all the time, because I'm one of those people who, A, always leaves homework to the last minute, and B, just as I'm getting to sleep, there's something else I want to do. And just as I'm falling to sleep, I think, but I want to do this, or I want to do this, or I want to know the answer to this. Like, the weirdest questions come to me just as I'm on the verge of going to sleep. Like, I remember one time I was just about to go to sleep and my brain decided to give me a quiz. Where do sexually transmitted diseases come from if everyone's born a virgin? I've no idea why that came into my head at the time that it did, but I have the curiosity of a cat, and if a question like that comes to me, then it's just like, I have to know, kind of thing. I hate not knowing. In a way, that makes me a hypocrite, because I can be very vague in what I say. That relates back to social awkwardness, like someone says, "So, Tom, did you have a good Christmas?" "Yeah." You know, I tend not to give a lot in conversations. Although, strangely, I feel comfortable when I'm talking into a camera. Just realised it's past midnight and I'm talking rather loudly. What I was going to say is, I'm less stupid than I let on. I like to pretend to be more stupid than I am, because I do stupid things, as I've said previously in my previous videos. I will refer to myself as an idiot, a stupid person. It is more of an act than genuine stupidity. Maybe it isn't, who knows. So that's it from me. I shall see you later. If you want something more to do, try and figure out why I'm called Random Jot.